Hello, everyone, and welcome to round 2 or week 2, whatever you want to call it, of 3-Minute Drill on the Unfiltered Sports Podcast Network. I'm Colby, your host, and I am joined by my two competitors today. First off, he got up to a 1-0 start. He is top of the league right now. He's trying to hold on to that. Tommy Nowitzki.
I almost won, by the way. I was at
15 times in their 3 minutes.
Wait, let me show you something. Wait,
What?
actually, keep on going. I'll get it.
Alright, yeah, go ahead and do that. While Tommy goes on and gets something from the back, I will introduce... Oh, nice. Did you get that tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy was at the Devils game tonight. Got to see an awesome come back, by the way. And we are also joined by Scott Fingeroff, who started 0-1, but is looking to get back on the right track today.
Trocheck wasn't tripped. Trocheck wasn't tripped.
Alright, disqualified.
Wasn't tripped.
I'm also going to say, to anyone confused...
Cal,
Yeah.
he's in the wrong profession. He's a professional diver.
You're getting close to being kicked right now. No, I'm kidding. We're also joined by John. He's going to stay here as more of just a member of the audience. He wants to watch this going on. And if he wants to talk, then maybe he'll talk during...
I won't interrupt people, though. Don't worry.
All right, good. That's what we need. I want to wish you all, and to anyone watching and their families, a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, folks.
Stuff your face in turkey,
Merry Christmas.
sweet potatoes.
It's really there.
Happy holidays.
Happy holiday. Yeah, it's because two of the people in this.
Merry
bar,
Kwanzaa.
All right, so I think it's about time we get into it. For me, my Thanksgiving is probably just going to be spent with dark meat, turkey, and football on, because that's my life.
Mine is going to be a traditional Jewish Thanksgiving. Brisket, mashed potatoes, matzo ball soup, and football.
There's such
What's
a...
so Jewish?
Amen.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
What's
Yeah.
Jewish?
Okay, well, this is
This is slowly
sports, yeah.
spiraled into a conversation about Thanksgiving. So, let's get into the 3-minute drill. Our 3 categories today. Soccer, I've decided that we're going to introduce it to certain matchups, not pertaining Colby, because Colby knows absolutely nothing about soccer.
Zero.
Baseball and hockey. Everyone okay with those?
Just a note, we should never do anything with basketball with Tommy, because if you didn't see last Jeopardy, I had to disqualify him.
Dude, it's not like I thought Jared Goff was the 3-point champion.
The 3.
I mean,
Scott's gonna throw me around in hockey and then freaking own me in soccer, too.
Alright, so, you guys ready? We're going to say that the rule of the coin toss, I'm going to restate it from last episode. Whoever has the worst record on the day will get to choose whether they want to call heads and tails. Scott, you have the worst record, so all in the air, heads or tails. This will be heads, and that will be tails. Scott, are you ready?
Head side is heads.
Yes. You ready, Scott? 3,
Yep,
2, 1.
tails.
So he's heads.
It is heads.
Oh, yeah.
So, Scott loses the coin toss. So, Tommy, you have the option to receive and talk about soccer and hockey first, or defer to talk about baseball first.
Scott, which one would you like me to do?
I don't give a fuck.
Ooh, mind games failed.
I'm gonna defer.
Okay, so he's going to defer, which means Scott will be talking first about soccer and NHL. So, everyone okay with that?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm chill.
All right, John. Yeah, by the way, I do want to use this time to remind us, me and John faced off in the first matchup of the second week of 3-minute drill, so make sure you check that out after you finish watching this, of course. So are you ready to get into this?
Sure.
So, the soccer question. There was a lot of drama in the Premier League this weekend. A lot of last minute goals in the Everton game. Thank God for Seamus Coleman. In the West Ham game, Spurs came back from 2-1 down to win 3-2 in stoppage time. But the game we're talking about this time is the Man United versus Arsenal game. In the 35th minute of Man United versus Arsenal, Antonio Valencia was pulled down, or at least it looks like it was pulled down, in the box by Arsenal defender Nacho Monreal. However, referee Andre Mariner thought the Ecuadorian international went down too easily, or he didn't get the right angle of it, or he didn't see the arm go across, and didn't give the penalty. This wound up costing United as Olivier Giroud snatched the 3 points away from Man United with an 89th minute equalizer on their first shot on target the entire game. My question is, you're going to have a minute to research this. Should Mariner have given the penalty against against Manchester United, and they would have had the chance to go 1-0 up at that point. Your minute of research starts now.
John was shaking his head up.
Yeah, I noticed that. I'm hurt. That draw was so undeserved in so many ways. I'll say that right now. Also, even though it is Thanksgiving, we are still going to be coming out with some more podcasts, so hopefully you can be thankful for that, or at least the 17 subscribers can be thankful for that. We're going to probably have some Unfiltered United recapping probably the best match day of the Champions League in a while. We had that 12-goal Dortmund game. We also had the awesome comeback that Besiktas made today. We also have the upset Rostov made. That means absolutely fuck all because Bayern played a B team anyways. And of course, we're going to have maybe some. What did you say the baseball podcast was called?
Strike Zone.
Strike Zone. Also, some Beyond the Hardwood. I'm going to tell you guys that your minute of research is about to end, and it is going to end right now. There's the timer. Okay, so Tommy defers.
Pat McAfee is the third-string quarterback tomorrow. Or the second-string quarterback tomorrow.
Jeez. That's still going to be a fun game to watch, though, because you know how dodgy the Steelers are this year. All right, so we don't want to get off topic in Thanksgiving football. Scott, you are going to talk first about this. Scott, do you feel that it should have been a penalty?
I think it should have been a penalty.
Tommy, agree or disagree?
Disagree.
Okay, so Tommy thinks that it isn't a penalty. Scott thinks it is a penalty. Scott, you have the first 30 seconds of the minute. Are you ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, penalty.
Okay. So, if you look at, why am I blanking on the player's name? Oh my god.
Monreal, Valencia?
Okay. If you're looking at the way that Monreal tripped him, it's something that he normally does. Like, even though it's something that he normally does, it kind of looked like it was more forceful than his traditional tripping. And then Valencia is a traditional flopper, too. I mean, who in soccer doesn't flop?
All right, stop. Tommy, go.
All right, so obviously he was going down before his arm was out. He knew he was not going to score, so he thought he would trip. When he was tripping, though, the Arsenal defender kind of landed on his leg, but I still wouldn't say that was a penalty. He is a flopper, but, like, I really don't know what an arm is really going to do. Obviously, he wanted the pen, and he didn't get it. That's really it.
And time. Good arguments from both sides, both bringing up the fact that, Valencia is a little easy to go to ground. I think, I'm going to give my personal opinion here. John, I'll ask for yours in a couple seconds. I think that it is a penalty, but I don't blame the referee for not giving it. I feel the side official probably should have had a better view at it. He probably had the best view, because he probably should have seen the arm go across, which, in my opinion, is an immediate red flag to give the penalty. John?
I think it was, I think it should have been a penalty.
Bias.
Monreal's a douchebag.
Oh my god. Talking about flopping, this is amazing.
What?
In the Grizzlies Sixers game, I think this is Zach Randolph was guarding Ersan Ilyasova, and he flopped right back into Jared Bayless's head, and Bayless fell down and lost the ball.
No one can ever beat Marcus Smart's flops.
Marcus Smart's flops are the best flops in.
Okay.
Continue.
Are we ready to continue?
You okay,
Yes.
Tommy?
I'm perfectly fine. Now let's go.
Sure.
He looks like Hidu Turkoglu.
Edu Turkaloo.
All right, so the next category will be MLB. Tommy will get the first say about this topic. Here is the topic. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, Chris Bryant became the fourth player of all time to win Rookie of the Year, followed by MVP in back-to-back seasons in MLB history. He helped lead the Cubs to their first World Series title in 108 years, batting .292, 39 homers, and 102 RBIs. My question is, disregarding pitchers, so only counting like infielders and outfielders, is Chris Bryant a top 5 player in baseball right now? You have a minute to research. Go. So, John, how do you think that first round went?
I think it went pretty well. I think both did pretty good.
And I just want to give you a quick prediction. I can't speak. Quick prediction for tomorrow's games.
I'm gonna go Redskins over Cowboys. I believe Kirk God Cousins is gonna shred the Cowboys defense.
Yes.
He's just saying what he wants to.
And then I think the Vikings will beat the Lions with their defense if the defense steps up like it did against the Cardinals. And then
Sorry to interrupt, but did you say no pitchers?
No pitchers. Don't count pitchers.
And then I think the Steelers will beat the Colts since the Colts don't have luck.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
They don't have luck on their side.
Shut up.
Oh, God. Oh, thank God you made that at a time, because time is up. Okay, so, Scott. So, Tommy, remember. Yeah, Tommy, remember that you are going to speak first in this. Tommy, do you feel that Chris Bryant is a top 5 player in this league, disregarding pitchers?
Yes.
Scott, agree or disagree with him?
Disagree.
Okay, so yet again, we have two disagreements. Tommy, you're going to have the first 30 seconds of a minute to argue why Chris Bryant is the top 5 player in this league, minus pitchers. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
So Chris Bryant, in my opinion, without him, the Cubs would definitely not have won the World Series. That's what you want in an MVP. I'd say Mike Trout is probably a better player, but honestly, that might be it. Chris Bryant is probably going to be one of the best players of all time, and I think he could win many more with the Cubs and definitely get a big payday coming up soon. I really don't see any other players being better than him but Mike Trout.
Stop. Scott, go.
Okay. I have to disagree. I actually think that his mate on the corners in Chicago, Anthony Rizzo, is counted as a better player than him. Trout overall is a better player right now. Nolan Arenado is showing strides. Mookie Betts is showing great accomplishments. Jose Altuve is doing very well. And I'm not going to throw Daniel Murphy in there, but because I know somebody in the chat.
Gary Sanchez.
I'm actually surprised. I'm surprised that neither of you said Bryce Harper, honestly.
Because he's so bad. He's overrated.
Bryce Harper had a bad year. He got walked so much because the Nationals, what they did last year was they hit Ryan Zimmerman behind him. So they walked Harper so much to get to a weaker hitter in Zimmerman.
Yeah, to get to Zimmerman. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. So, good arguments from both sides. Both very bold statements. Tommy's saying that Bryant could be one of the best players of all time. Scott saying that Mookie Betts and Nolan Arenado are better right now. That's just their bold predictions. I'm not going to discredit them for either. And I think we're ready to move into the third category. You guys ready?
Yep.
Ready as a Freddy.
I just want to know what a Nolan Arenado is.
Okay, so the final category is NHL. I will remind everyone that Scott will be speaking second again.
First.
No.
First.
No.
Old
Yeah, first, my
Dominion
bad.
is beating Louisville.
Didn't Michigan lose tonight, by the way?
I don't know, but Old Dominion is beating Louisville.
All right, you guys ready to go?
Yep.
Okay, the NHL question. Last week, Steven Stamkos of the Tampa Bay Lightning went through a torn ligament in his knee. He will be done for 4 to 6 months. Similarly, Flames left winger Johnny Gaudreau also went down injured, but he will only miss 6 weeks. Calgary, in my opinion, and if you look at the standings, are in a much worse spot than Tampa Bay right now. They're trying to contend for a spot. They are currently 2 points behind the Western Conference wild card and 4 points back of Edmonton, however, probably missing their best scorer. The Lightning currently stand third in the Eastern Conference, second in the Atlantic Division, but with plenty of depth. But however, Stamkos is one of the best players in the league, if not the best. My question is, which team will miss their injured player more? Calgary missing Gaudreau, or Tampa missing Stamkos? You have a minute to research. All right, I'm going to remind everyone that the final matchup of Week 1 will probably be recorded on Friday, because I don't really want to record on Thanksgiving, but unless we do it Thanksgiving morning, which, let's be honest, Kevin probably won't be
Kevin won't get off his lazy ass.
Yeah, we throw a lot of shade at Kevin.
Kevin's gonna watch both of them.
Kevin's gonna watch both these. Why the fuck do I still put up with these kids?
No, why the
Imagine
fuck
Colby came up with the upset win.
If Colby were to win, that pretty much would mean Colby and Kevin are both 1-1. I don't know about this one, because this one's very close right now. And I don't know about ours either, because ours was pretty close. But I will say, I'm not going to say next week's matchups yet. I'm just going to leave that for later. And your research time is in 3, 2, 1, up. So, Scott, you're going to be talking first about the NHL. Your answer: which team misses their star more, Calgary or Tampa?
I think the Calgary Flames will most definitely miss Johnny Hockey over Tampa Bay missing Steven Stamkos.
Tommy, agree or disagree with that?
I agree.
Okay, so you both have agreed, which means you both pretty much have to find a way to sort of get the points over each other, bring the smarter argument. Scott, you're going to be speaking for the first 30 seconds of the minute. Are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
Tampa is easily settled in. They have 27 points. They're one of the best teams in the NHL right now. But they also have one of the best overall teams in the NHL right now, because they have guys like Ondrej Palat, Nikita Kucherov, Tyler Johnson, heck, even Ryan Callahan. Calgary, on the other hand, they're 2 points out of a wild card spot. The only guy who scored more points than Johnny Gaudreau is Michael Frolik, and he played 5 more games.
All right, so the Lightning obviously have a better team than Calgary. Calgary needed that player, and obviously he got injured. Lightning still have amazing team all around, probably one of the best teams in the league, as Scott said. Calgary probably, in my opinion, might not even make the playoffs with Johnny Hockey. I'm really not sure what they're going to do now. The roster isn't very good, and I hope they could do something and try to get him back as soon as possible so they could win.
All right, good arguments from both sides, and that ultimately concludes round.
Good game, Tommy. That was well played. Well played.
I will remind you, I'm going to give you guys your next round matchups. Tommy, you are playing Kevin.
It's never going to happen.
You know what? I'll just say mine, Cal. Next week, I am facing off against Cal Friesen.
And I got Colby, who thinks he's gonna beat me.
Colby is going to beat you, John.
I really hope I don't lose to Cal. Because then I'm 0-2.
Alright, I'm going to be 0-18, and then I'm going to lose to Colby.
Yeah, 0-18.
0-18 in a 10-week thing, yeah.
Exactly.
Wait, this is only 10 weeks?
Yeah, each of us play each other twice.
Play each other twice.
No, it was 20.
Nah.
Oh.
That would be way too long. Alright, so that concludes 3-minute drill for now.
What about my 10 bye weeks?
What?
You forgot about my 10 bye weeks?
10 bye weeks, Tommy.
Yeah. Make sure you stick around the Unfiltered Sports Podcast Network for more of our content. Scott?
And as the great Ilya Brizgalov says, the sports world is so humongous big.
There we go. We needed that. And that is going to conclude 3-minute drill for Scott Fingeroff, Tommy Nowitzki, and John Palazzo, who is dabbing again. I'm Cal Friedman, and we will see you guys next time. Take care. Happy Thanksgiving.
Peace!